to the very picky thing with you.
Okay.
So, okay, when you say very picky, what does that look like?
So basically, everyone in my family says I have to lower my standards because I'm not going to find anyone.
What?
So the background for that story was that my, I'll give a name to my child's father. So like,
Pablo.
Pablo. I met him and I really wanted to look for something that my parents created because my parents are immigrants. They're legal here. They have their citizenship for over almost 35 years. So,
That's incredible.
My mom came and she was a single mom. She came from Colombia and she raised her kids by herself. And my dad came from Brazil because my grandma brought him here. And so they built this empire together. They owned this really great company and they took us out of the hood and they wanted us to have like a better life.
Let's go.
And so I wanted to create that as my fulfillment. So with Pablo, basically I was scammed. And so he came from his, he's from a U.S. territory. Mm-hmm. He came here and basically was like, yeah, I want to get rid of the life that I had there. It wasn't a great life, but I want to create something so that my family can learn from me. I was like, great. I'm here to help you. And so basically, he used me. I paid for a lot of things. I would drive from 5 a.m. to bring him to work, pick him up at 3, and and bring him home. And I would spend all the time. And what I got called was I used him, I cheated on him, I did all these things, and I was there. And when I was pregnant, I was actually in Colombia. I was going to work with Maluma's team, and that's been my dream to do music ever since I was 5. And he broke up with me, and then I found out that I was pregnant, and basically we got back together. And when I was back, I moved everything, moved my schools, I had no car, I had nothing, and when I had nothing, I was discarded. He looked for somebody else. So now when I see a man, I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? Well, how are you going to serve me? Because I can serve you. I'm very traditional. I will help you. Right. But what are you going to serve me? It's not like a 75-25. It's a 50-50. Not on everything, but how you're going to treat the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think women have like way higher standards nowadays for men because of this issue. And I actually get asked that a lot on my social medias about like, men literally asking me like, why do girls have such high standards now for us? I'm like, y'all aren't doing anything.
Look, the high standards because I got left with the child by myself. Oh, fast. And she's doing great.
Did you ever get back to working with Maluma, or just just passed up?
I've been taking a 2-year sabbatical because this was a lot emotionally. Yeah. I thought it was endgame with this guy, and so basically I have to go back to Colombia. It's a whole money thing too. Dang. So I have to work again. Yeah. But I am recording music again. That is happening. So yeah, but things happen. But that's where my high standards come from, and I think I'm looking for somebody who is higher when it comes to financial than what I am right now.
Well, they're definitely out there. So it's not like every man is just like a crap hole. Like there are so many men out there who are so willing to work and know that is their role as a provider and know that that is their role in the family, and are looking for that too. So definitely don't get discouraged.
Well, so before we get into your specific anecdote with this guy, and you provided quite a bit of details as to the story and whatnot, I'll save the anecdote for later. But so very picky. So what are your standards?
So basically, open.
So let's talk physical. Let's talk personality traits. Let's talk.
So physical, I'm not really picky when it comes to physical. I mean, currently right now, I used to be really skinny. Now I'm on a weight loss. I have PCOS, so I don't care. I learned everything. Physically, honestly, he just has to be taller than me. I'm 5'5.5", so that's it.
That's pretty easy.
And would like to be fit.
I mean, dude, she's 5'11", like
yeah, I think that's it. I like somebody who's really well groomed, and your teeth say everything. My mom told me, you look at somebody's teeth, you can tell how their hygiene is. Yeah, so teeth hygiene is really big for me. But that's like but really.
But not their weight.
No.
Why not? That would be hygiene. How's that not related to hygiene?
Some people have issues.
Yeah, like I couldn't lose. I had really hard time losing weight because I have PCOS. So I understand that sometimes there's like diseases and issues involved, and so I don't think weight is such a big issue.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with teeth. Diseases and issues. So like, if we're just talking about what's generally true, I would say that most people generally are overweight not due to a medical issue, but because they can't put the fork down, right? Because of addictive foods or whatever other thing that you want to point at. And the same thing with teeth. I would say that people who have bad teeth, some of them could be affected by diseases, and that's terrible. Most of them probably just don't take very good care of their teeth, right? That makes the most amount of sense, right?
I kind of agree. Like, I think that most people who are, like, not everyone, obviously, like, there are people who have issues, but majority of people, especially men who are obese because they don't really get PCOS, it's literally just a self-control thing. And I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, and I'm not saying that everyone has an easy time losing weight, because obviously it's not an easy thing. But I do think that it does, I agree, I think it does have to do with hygiene, and you're taking care of yourself, like, by having a good diet, you know? So I think that is kind of important, in my opinion.
Or maybe they're not even there physically yet, but they're on their way there. Like, that is something that's showing, like, dedication towards what
if they're making progress towards it,
See, I think that's like to clarify. Like, I don't matter the weight, but like if I want to see somebody who, like I said, who wants to go to the gym, who wants to like do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Or is just doing it. You know, like, hey, I'm going to the gym 2 times a week. Like, I realize like I'm not in the place that I want to be at for myself or for my future partner, but hey, I'm getting there. That shows
exactly.
awesome
You want to be
dedication.
I think another. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I think another thing is that like, the teeth thing I think is like very valid, because like weight loss can take a long time. Building muscle takes a long time, but brushing your teeth, you know, flossing, going to dentist can be expensive, but if you go like once a year, that's fine. Like, taking care of your teeth is an everyday thing. Going to the gym is an everyday thing, but brushing your teeth, it's a 1 minute, 2 minute thing. It's not something that's going to take you a whole month to get used to.
I would say that more people are born with bad teeth than are born obese, right?
Are you speaking personally, or that's not a dig?
Well, when we say bad teeth, are we talking about? Sorry.
Just speaking in generalities, right? I would say that people are born with bad teeth a lot more than they're born with a precondition towards obesity. That's not a thing, which is. I mean, this is a brand new thing in the human condition, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
no
someone
one's
can't
born
help the fact that
obese.
they're born with crooked teeth, and it may be a little bit harder to clean their teeth, although they're still taking the strides to do it. Just because you don't have straight, perfect teeth doesn't mean you're unhealthy.
Yeah, that's not. I never
Well,
meant that.
it must be real, right? Like most
Big underscore cheesy cheese underscore 69 donated $200. Chair 1, how does it feel to be from South Carolina, where people can play football but not spell it #?